Patriots defense is not fixed. 84, I wanted him to take off that jersey for the Bucs. The Bucs tight end, I wanted him to remove that 84 because he was making all 84s look really, really bad.
And he's pretty good, actually.
And Jameis didn't play particularly well. You look at his numbers, Skip, and you're going to see, okay, he got a touchdown, 330-plus yards passing, but he missed Deshaun Jackson on a go route that he had him. He was inaccurate, to say the least.
Yep.
So, and they gave up, the Patriots defense gave up another 400-plus yards. First team in NFL history, 5 straight 300-yard passing games. That's not good. That's not good, Skip. Coach Belichick can't be pleased with that. I think you will agree with this. Tom Brady's not playing the 42. Tom Brady's on pace to get sacked more. He got sacked more in the first five.
Not because of his level of performance.
He's not going to be able to withstand those hits. Skip, he's gotten sacked more in 5 games than he did the entire season last year.
It's 16 to 15 last year.
He's on pace to get sacked 51 times, which will be 10 more than any other point in his career. Can you imagine 51 sacks on a 40-year-old body? If I'm a defense, I'm going to hit Tom every chance I get. I want him to pick himself up off the ground, penalty or not. I'm not going to try to injure him. I'm not going to try to hit him in his knees. But if I can shove him down, Skip, if I get a chance to, get on him, he gets the ball away and I can fall on top of it, I want him to get out from up under me. That's the way I'm going to approach Tom Brady.
Yep.
The Patriots are sloppy. They got 2 personal fouls right before the end of the half. They got on a 4th and 3. The guy jumped offside.
Brandon Bolden, who's a veteran
special teamer,
special team player.
If that was any other coach other than Coach Belichick, we would have said he doesn't have a control of his team.
Yeah.
Look at all those mistakes they're making.
Agree. Yeah.
So this is not we're not used to seeing his defenses, especially he's big on special teams. We're not used to seeing them playing this bad, Skip. Not for this long a period. And the Bucs were. What am I supposed to take? I mean, the Bucs were down like 3 of their best players on defense. They were very simplistic in their approach. They were basically just lining up in it. Okay, here we are, Tom. We're playing an over front. We're playing cover 2. We're playing 2-man. We're playing cover 4. That's it. You got to. I understand that you're undermanned on the defensive side of the football, but you got to disguise at some point in time. You just can't let Tom Brady come up to the line of scrimmage. They're in what we thought they were going to be in. Set hut, and they snapped the ball. You got to give them a different look, Skip. I'm still not convinced that the Patriots defense has got this corrected, and their offensive line is going to have to get a lot better if Tom Brady is to finish the season because he's taking some shots last night. And what we saw, Skip, the ball is starting to come out once he goes down.
Well, it did once late in the game, 3 minutes left. He got rocked last night. He's going to be a sore young man, quote unquote, right? Sore 40-year-old man this morning. So I picked the New England Patriots to go win another Super Bowl. And my takeaway after watching a really weird Thursday night football game that took all kinds of twists and turns when you least expected it, I was far more discouraged by the Patriots' performance than encouraged.
Yes.
There were moments to be encouraged.
Correct.
But my final takeaway is big discouraged on what I saw last night.
Okay.
Tom Brady, for much of that game, was extraordinary because they could not protect him, which shocked me. This is a defense that had 1 sack. One sack. And it had by far the fewest quarterback pressures in the NFL going into this game.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden, that line can't protect that quarterback against that team? Seriously? Right. I was just in shock from the start. They couldn't protect. And listen, I got to say this about Tom Brady. He gets dismissed for his unathletic self because of that all-time ugly 40 he ran at the combine. He's a ballet dancer in the pocket, just with his pocket feet. Just avoiding here, avoiding there, move quick here to get rid of there. He was under fire from the start, and he went 30 of 40 throwing to 2 previously undrafted free agent receivers. They came out of college. They didn't get drafted.
Right.
Danny Amendola, Hogan. 7-Eleven, right? But he's from nowhere, right?
Yep.
So he threw 8 balls to Amendola last night, who caught 8 balls. That's incredible. There's no Gronkowski. There's no Edelman. There's no Malcolm Mitchell. And he's still, and you can say it's dinking and dunking. He threw a couple balls upfield.
Yeah.
But 30 of 40 for 303 when you're under fire like that and having to dance in the pocket, move and get rocked and
not one to the tight end.
not one. Well, what tight end, right?
Well, Dwayne Allen was a first-round pick, Skip.
I guess.
They traded for him, so obviously.
Well, I never did like him when he was always thrown in with the crop of free agents they signed. I was like, really, Dwayne Allen? Like I didn't care. I thought he was more of a blocking tight end. But Tom Brady, that was another masterpiece style game, except for the bookend plays, because early on, Brady threw the ugliest interception I think I've ever seen him throw, and it was in the first series of the game. And I swear it looked like the ball slipped out of his hands. That's how bad it was, because he set up and he wasn't under fire. Do we have that play? And the ball looks like it just sails. He misses Hogan by, what, 8 yards high and behind him? It's like so far behind him. I was looking like, what happened? That's not Tom Brady. And then finally he got hit so much that he gets blindside strip sacked at the end with 3 minutes left.
Right.
Okay, well, he is human. That's going to happen every once in a while. And then let's look at the defense. So for a while I'm thinking, okay, they finally figured it out, because they just came out and they said, Gilmore, you got Mike Evans. No more of this cover 2, cover 4, cover 6, whatever we're going to cover. No more zone. You got him.
Right.
And Malcolm, you got Deshaun, Malcolm Butler. Just take him.
Right.
Straight up, no communication issues. It's just your guy. You got him everywhere. And for 3 quarters, it really worked, because Jameis Winston, well, I say it really worked, Jameis Winston had 109 yards passing through 3 quarters. Well, guess what? To your point, Jameis Winston was awful. How many receivers did he miss for the first 3 quarters? Like the classic one was he had Deshaun gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone. It's 6, man.
Yeah.
And he misses him by 5 yards long, and they seem to have no real rapport, chemistry, wavelength. It's just bad. It's just bad football. Here's some of Jameis's off-target throw. There's the one to Deshaun. You just can't miss that throw if you're a big-time quarterback. No. And I'm a big Jameis fan, as you know. I have been from the start pre-draft. And all of a sudden, 4th quarter comes, and Jameis he's got clutch gene. He starts to lock in and starts to connect. And he throws in the 4th quarter for 225 against the Patriots. And it was the 3rd most 4th quarter yards any quarterback in the Belichick Patriot era has thrown for in the 4th quarter. And I looked up the other 2. Roethlisberger threw for 264 in a game that was straight garbage time in 2010. It was at Pittsburgh. And it was 23-3 going to the 4th quarter, and then it wound up 39-26. So it's a garbage time. It's just like, let it fly, okay? And then Dan Orlovsky threw for 240 in a game that was 31-3 after 3
The
quarters.
Colts, the year Peyton Manning was injured, and Orlovsky was playing for the Colts.
Okay, but it's garbage time.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
This was not garbage time. This was 16-7 Patriots going to the 4th quarter. And he does that to your 225?
Right.
And Brait he hits him right in the breadbasket, and he drops it in the end zone. And then Jameis ran for a score that would have been huge, obviously. And then we haven't mentioned this, my favorite pet peeve.
Your guy.
Huh?
I thought you liked him.
Who?
Nick Folk.
The kick. I don't like any kickers. This is my forever pet peeve. I can't believe that all these great athletes are on a football field on Thursday night. They got a solo platform. We're all watching. And the game is decided by 2 little guys who run on the field who have little to nothing to do with the sport of football, neither of whom could make a football team, right?
Other than kick, huh?
Other than kick. I just don't like it. It's wrong. It's insane. It's irrational that these 2 guys decided the game, because the Patriot little guy, he makes all 4 of his.
Yep.
And the little guy who kicks he's not really that little, but he's not a big athlete, obviously. He's not a football player. Nick Folk, who's bounced around, he's just psychologically gone south. And once you go south, you are done.
Yes.
You are finished psychologically. And my friend Jay Feely reported on CBS that he had studied him before the game, kicking toward that end, and he'd missed all 6 of his kicks to the right. So he tries 56-yarder into the wind. He misses that to the right. And then he goes, 49-31 he misses. Okay, so
the 56 will forgive him, Skip. Okay,
I do,
56,
but the 49-31, they're game winners.
But they're not even close, though, Skip. If they hit the upright, or they just barely
lost it.
Yeah,
it's just like if you know golf. If you lose your golf swing, you just lose it. You can't drive the ball in the fairway. You're cooked.
Like Charles Barkley.
Yeah. like Charles Barkley. I mean, I don't even know what that is. That needs therapy. That's like,
Skip, I woke up early this morning, had to go to the bathroom, and I checked my phone. I was looking to see if he was on the waiver wire. Nick Folk.
well, how can he not be?
But if
You
I
have to cut bait.
if I'm him, because I really like those uniforms, those color rush was nice at Tampa. I'm taking mine because I know they're going to release me. I'm wearing my uniform home. I'm getting all my stuff. Just go ahead and mail me my check. You don't have
But
to
think how cursed they are. They draft Aguayo in the second round?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just turns into, he goes from the best college kicker to the worst NFL
Maybe the
kicker.
best college kicker ever.
That's what I'm saying. He was the best ever.
Yes.
And then once you lose it mentally and
Yeah.
the demons get in the back of your mind, down in your psyche, and they start to gnaw at you, then you're done.
Yeah, it's hard
So
to
now
come
you
back.
got to go find another one of those guys.
Yeah.
Recycle somebody else. Bring somebody else in.
Yeah, Skip. That was. I mean, he was bad because.
Well, if he just makes the next two, guess what? Let's see. 6 plus 14 equals 20 to 19. You
Right.
win the game.
Or if Brake catches the ball, now Tom has to go. A field goal doesn't tie you. He needs a touchdown
It's
to
a
beat you.
touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa. That's they got to get a kicker because I know Skip. You don't like them. You don't look at them as being athletes. But sometimes you have to get in
Well,
field goal.
I can't change the rules. So
Right.
if I own a pro football team or manage one, I'm gonna draft one in the first round.
No.
Well, I am. I need a guy. I need Sebastian Janikowski. I need somebody who's going to change my life.
No.
Because he's going to win and lose a whole bunch of games for me.
Yeah, but you can get Adam Vinatieri like as a free agent.
Okay.
And so he might be one. He's
Yeah,
probably
but
the
you
greatest.
just got to luck into it
That's
and
what he-
hope that he keeps his head on his shoulders.
If you really
right?
think about it, you got to look into every player you draft because if you think you're going to go in the 6th round and get Tom Brady's every time, you're wrong. If you think draft the #1 overall, ask Jamarcus Russell how that worked out for you.
Yeah.
Ask those guys like Akili Smith being top 5 picks and Ryan Leaf who comes on with us from time to time. You never know. You never
There's a
know.
little luck involved, but kicking is just such a technical thing.
Well,
And
if he
there's-
stopped
and there's
making
so much-
coffee and trying to make trick shots, they're trying to kick a ball 50 yards into a barrel.
Shannon, also, I mean, you know that there's direct deposit now, right? You don't have to go get his check if they cut him. They don't have to mail it to him. I'm sure they already
You've
have
got
the
direct
wire set
deposit,
up.
don't you?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.